We're going to begin today on our backs. And just find whatever posture is comfortable. And if you're able to close your eyes, I invite you to do that. We're on our backs. And as you close your eyes, you can notice how much more you notice of your internal experience. So you might notice some emotions that kind of fade into the background when the mind is distracted by the external environment. You might notice more peace than you realized you were carrying. And you might notice sensations that are subtle when the eyes are open and more pronounced when we let go of the visual and move into the sensational. Now let's start to deepen the breath. Feel the breath expanding the belly, then the ribs, then the chest. Exhaling, the chest releases, then the ribs, then the belly. You can draw the belly in a little more actively. Take your time with the breath. Really feel the expansion and almost like you have a balloon and you're trying to breathe it a little bit bigger. So maybe when you inhale and you feel yourself expanding, take in more breath and expand a little more. Exhale all the air out. Go to the end. Go to empty. We'll start today doing some core strengthening work. Begin by placing your hands behind the back of your head and lift your heels to the height of your knees with your knees hovering over your hips. Feeling how the back flattens against the ground. We're going to draw the navel toward the spine, thereby pressing the lower back into the ground. And we want to try to maintain that flatness in the lower back. And then exhale and lift your head off the ground. Try not to use your elbows, keep them out to the side, just letting your hands support your head so your neck doesn't tire. And then we're going to do double leg drops. So slowly inhaling and lowering the feet to the ground. And then exhaling, coming back up. Not bringing the knees in, but bringing them just to the level where the hips are. Then inhaling, feet down. Exhaling, back to that 90-degree. Notice how the lower back wants to arch off the ground as the legs lower, and try to push it into the ground instead, using your abdominal strength. Also, by inhaling, you're inflating and helping create that expansion in the lower belly that translates into the back, pressing it down. Let's do 4 more. Beautiful. Now, lower the head, keep the legs as they are, and then exhale, lift your head and straighten your right leg. Inhale, lower the head, bring the knee back. Exhale, lift and straighten your left leg. Straighten it to hover above the ground. Inhale, lower, bring the knee in. Good. Continue like that. Let's do 1 more on each side. Release the hands, bring them to the knees, hug the knees into the chest. Take some deep breaths in and out. And then we'll bring the right ankle on top of the left thigh. Bring your hands behind the back of the left leg. Left foot comes to the height of the knee. Flex both feet and draw the knee in as you exhale. Eye of the needle. Take your time with your breath. See if you can feel or imagine your breath inflating your hips. Okay, now leave the legs as they are and bring your hands behind the back of your head. And then exhale, lift the elbow to the knee. Left elbow, right knee. Trying to get all of the different abdominal muscles. So using those obliques as we go across. 4 more. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Keep going. After you've done your 4, release down. Let the foot come down. Bring the other foot down. We'll do the other side. Left ankle on the right thigh. Hands come behind the back of that right leg, lifting the right foot to the height of the left foot. When the head comes down, pull the chin down as well. Flex both feet and just breathe and expand. Exhale, relax and draw the leg in, pushing the right foot toward the left foot. Okay, hands come behind the back of the head. As you exhale, right elbow, left knee. Inhale down, exhale cross. See if the elbow can actually touch the knee. Steady, slow, rhythmic breath. Inhale down, exhale up. One more. And then release the feet down. Separate them wide apart with the knees bent. And drop the knees from side to side. Feet wide apart, knees bent, windshield wipering the legs from side to side. Feet wider, David. Beautiful. And then we'll just do one more, getting those waist muscles. Come back to center. And if you want to leave your feet on the ground for this one, you can. If you lift your feet, it's a little bit harder. So your choice, yogi's choice. Okay. Now send the arms forward past your thighs. Exhale, lift your head, and then reach with one arm, and then reach with the other arm. So you're going sideways, sideways. You're bending at the waist, reaching forward. One hand at a time. And more. By 10, I meant 10 on each side. So that means we have about 5 more to go. All right. Head down, knees to chest. Roll your head from side to side. And then lower the feet, keeping the heels close to the buttocks. Start with the arms on either side of your hips, palms facing down. Feet and knees are hip width apart. We'll inhale, push into the feet, lift the hips, lift the arms overhead, lift the buttocks, and then exhale, lower hands and spine back down. Good. Continue like that at your own pace. push into your feet and get your hips to lift as high as they can. Don't split your knees wider than your feet. Reach out of the fingertips. Deep breath. Okay, now optional. Same thing. Right leg lifts, straightens, and you continue. When you lower, the leg lowers to the ground. When you lift, the leg comes only to the height of the other leg. So we're not lifting it in the air. One more on this side and then seamlessly transition to the other leg if you're doing the one-legged version. Otherwise, just keep going with both legs. So the leg stays straight and lowers and hovers above the ground and then lifts only to the same height as the other leg. So we're not lifting the leg. The knees stay side by side when we lift. Let's do 3 more. And release down. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall out to the side, coming into your bound ankle pose. Maybe letting the hands rest on the inner thighs. And imagine you're breathing into your hands. Feel the breath swelling in the pelvis. Relax deeply as you exhale. Last breath here. And then lift the knees, lift the feet off the ground and bring the hands to the feet or as close to the feet as you can reach, maybe the shins. So knees are pulled in, hands are to the outsides of the feet. And then holding onto the feet, rock yourself back and forth lengthwise. And then lift yourself up, balancing on your sit bones with the feet off the floor. Okay. Take your first 2 fingers around your big toes, still balancing on your sit bones. And send the leg out. Pull the fingers toward you to help bring the back forward and lift the chest. Just try to straighten your legs as best as you can. Shoulders down the back. Okay. Release the left arm, send it up overhead. Return the hand to the toe. Release the right arm, send it up overhead. Bring the soles of the feet together. Hands wrap around the feet. Shoulders roll down. Knees relax down. The feet are off the ground if possible. Beautiful. And release down. Nice job, you guys. Fold over the legs. Try to let the elbows and shoulders drop down. Relax your head. And breathe wide into your back. Flush your kidneys with oxygen. Okay, roll yourself up. Straighten your left leg. Place your right foot on the ground so that the heel lines up with the sit bone. So there's some space between your foot and your thigh. Beautiful. Bring the left hand to the ground behind you. Use it as a kickstand to lift nice and tall through your spine. Inhale the right arm up and stretch the side long. Turn the thumb to face down. Good. And then hinge forward a little. Bend the elbow and wrap that hand around the outside of the bent leg. So you want that left leg straight, right leg bent, and then bend the elbow around the back. Now, for those of you can, some of you already doing it, you're going to reach that left hand back, find the right hand, and clip the fingers in together. If not, you're just going to stay here. Or if you have a towel or a strap, then you just put it in the right hand and then grab it with the left hand. And then you can get that bind. There we go. Okay, now we're going to try to roll that left shoulder open. So if you are binding, then that right hand can pull forward to roll that left shoulder back. If not, you're just going to use the hand on the ground to flip that shoulder blade in. And then we're going to turn the head to the right. So really emphasizing the left chest. Feel the breath coming into it. It looks nice, you guys. Super nice. Let the breath lift your heart. Okay, last breath. Good job. Release. Now we're going to take that right foot and we're going to hook it over the right shoulder. And then bring the left hand to the ground. This is stage 1. This may be where you are today. That's great. Stage 2, we're going to take that left foot and hook it over the right foot. Now, for those of you who really like doing arm balances, you're going to line up your palms, spread your fingers. You're going to lean forward, straighten your legs, push into your hands, and get your hips to come off the ground. Or just stay in the earlier stage. Nice. Cool. Good job, you guys. Excellent. Okay. Let's try everything on the other side, shall we? Straighten the right leg. Pull the left foot in. Keep that space between the foot and the thigh. Bring the right hand to the ground behind you and use it to lengthen up through your spine. Inhale, left arm up, turn the thumb down. Hinge forward, bend the elbow, take the hand back. Put the towel in your hand if you can't hook the fingers, and then just grab both ends of the towel with your hands. And then once you do that, you start walking your right hand toward the left hand along the towel or strap. If you're in the bind, you can pull forward with your left hand to roll the right shoulder back. If your hand is on the ground, you kind of spiral that right hand on the ground to roll that right shoulder back. And then we look over the left shoulder. Feel the stretch in the neck. Feel the breath in the chest or wherever you notice it in your body. Find a nice slow breath that really expands and makes space, gathers up the debris and flushes it out. Okay, release the hands. Let's have some more fun. I'm going to hook that left leg over the shoulder. Plant the hands on the ground. Hook the right foot over the left foot. And maybe you stay here. Maybe you practice just pushing into the hands and lifting the buttocks off without the leg straightening part. It's a little easier to get the hips off the ground if you don't straighten the legs. Or plant your hands, start to straighten your legs, lean forward, push into your hands, and float your buttocks off the ground. Okay. All right. Let's come out of that. And just extend the legs out in front and windshield wiper the feet. Point and flex the feet. Okay. And then we'll come to hands and knees. As always, you have options. Even if I don't mention it, you always have options. You can always do less, you can always do more. So if you want to do cat and cow, the hands are under the shoulders. If you want to do downward dog, the hands are in front of the shoulders. If you're in downward dog, then you can inhale and drop your knees down and just do a cow pose, or you can inhale into an upward dog. And you can also add a chaturanga or yoga push-up, coming flat into a plank, bending the elbows close to the body as you lower, pushing and flipping over the feet for upward dog. Exhaling back into downward dog, finding whatever variation works for your body. And then let's all bring the knees down. Let's take a moment here, coming back onto hands and knees. We're gonna come into a plank. If plank is not working for you today, then you can come into a modified plank, but we're not gonna hold the plank. And if you're in modified plank, you're not gonna be able to do the next exercise, which is totally fine because just being here in modified plank is plenty. But if you want to join me and come into plank, curl the toes under, lift the knees, and then we're gonna lower the knees down and straighten them, and lower them and straighten it. But we're not gonna lift the hips. I'm gonna stay in plank. Just move the knees. Don't lift the hips. Two more. Beautiful. Bring the knees down. And let's come into mecha pose. Sending the arms overhead. Sitting back at the heels. Stretching out the spine. Breathing all the way down to the tailbone. And walk the hands over to the right. Push the right hand into the ground. Lengthening back the left hip. And lengthening forward the left hand. And breathing to fill the space between the two. Imagine that's the intention of the breath, to span from the hip to the hand. And take it over to the other side. Pushing into the left hand so that the right hip extends back. Breathing long from hip to hand. And look your hands center again. Keep the hands where they are. Lift the buttocks off the heels. Spread the fingers wide. Curl the toes under. And come into downward dog. Good. And then just sway your hips from side to side. When the hips sway left, maybe the left heel presses into the ground. Sway right, right heel. And then come to stillness. Pull the shoulders down the back, roll the elbows down to the ground. Let the head drop. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Shake the head no. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Shake the head yes. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Shake the head all around. Hold still for a few breaths, inserting those arm bones deeper into the shoulder sockets, lifting the ribs up toward the spine, lengthening the back, breathing to make more length, more space. And on your next inhale, lift the right leg up, look forward. And exhale, step the foot up between the hands. Back heel is on the ground at an angle. Front knee bends. And then lift all the way up. We're going to take cactus arms. So a nice deep bend in the front knee. Bending at the elbows. And then move the elbows back, bringing the shoulder blades in together. Push back the left thigh and ground the left heel. And then with the left heel grounded, aim the left hip forward. Now, can you roll the shoulders down? Turn the palms to face each other. Keep pulling the shoulders down the back as you reach the arms up. Don't lift the shoulders. Nope. Some of you went like this. So you want to pull the shoulders down. Use your strength and just straighten the arms. Good. And then lift your gaze. Maybe slide your right knee forward a little more. Bring your left hip forward a little more. Deepen the breath. Warrior one. Beautiful. Okay. Now the left hand is going to come down onto the ground at about 10 o'clock of that right foot. We're going to float the left leg up. Start with the right hand to the hip until you can stretch your spine straighter. And then start to twist. And after you've twisted and you've tucked your left ribs under you, then float the right arm up. Extend long through the left leg. Breathe deep. Forget that this is a balance pose. Really work it as a twist. Keep twisting with each exhale. Beautiful. Bend that left knee. That right knee. Lower the left foot to the ground, coming onto the outer edge of the foot. If you're not on all 5 fingers of your left hand, get there now. And then using your abdominal strength, lift your right foot and place it back, either on top of your left foot or in front or behind it, coming into side plank. And then we'll take the right arm overhead. So we also get that side stretch. And to accentuate the side stretch, lift the hips up. So that upper arm is overhead, reaching toward the computer. Rod, take the arm forward over your head this way. That right arm forward over your head. Yep. There you go. Okay. And then let's come into a plank, lowering that right hand. Separate the feet. And then we'll roll over onto the fronts of the feet, coming into an upward dog. Pull the shoulders back. Press the thighs up. Only the feet and the hands are touching the ground. Deep breath. Shoulders back a little more. Chest forward. Curl the toes. Downward facing dog. So really use this as a counter stretch. Pull the navel in and up. Pull the ribs up. So really re-lengthening the back body after that backward bend. Press the heels down, relax the head. See if you can breathe all the way to the base of your spine. And on your next inhale, lift your left leg, look forward, step the foot up between the hands. Bring the right heel onto the ground at an angle. Left knee is bent, lifting up. This time we're not going to do cactus arms. We're going to clasp the hands behind the back. So we're going to push the right thigh back, opening the front of that hip, and then grounding through the right heel, send that right hip toward the left knee. Good. And then try to lift your hands away from your body, opening your chest. Breathe into your ribs. Maybe send that left knee forward a little more. David, bring your right hip forward more. A few more breaths here. Nice. And then unclasp the hands, and we'll send that right hand to the ground at about 2 o'clock of the left foot. Shifting weight into the foot and the hand. Lift the left leg. Bring your hand onto your hip. Don't hurry into the pose. Left hand is on the hip, and you're going to stretch long from the head to the toes, lengthening the spine. Make space so you can turn. Then we're going to rotate the belly to the left, tuck the ribs under, then float the arm up. Revolved half moon number 2. Stretch out through those back toes. Back foot is in the air. Back foot is in the air, parallel to the ground. Ming, I think you're not doing the twist. I don't think you're doing it right. Yeah. Your legs were right, but you should have the other hand on the floor so that it's a twist. So the left foot is forward. Left foot is forward. Left foot is forward. Okay, your right foot is forward. That's fine. Now I understand why, because you did the other foot. Okay. Gotcha. All right. And then let's slowly lower down. Roll onto the outer edge of that back foot. Securely plant your right hand. Send the left arm up and swing the left foot back. Coming into side plank. I forgot to say it on the other side, but you can modify this by bringing the right knee down. I trust that you guys know. And then we're going to send the left arm overhead so that it points exactly the opposite direction of your legs. And then lift your hips to get more of that side stretch. Nice breathing. You got this. Okay. Bring the hand down. And then we'll just walk the feet up to the hands. With soft knees, roll yourself up to standing. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, hands together at the heart. Beautiful. I'm going to give you some options here. We're going to do another balance. So you can either do a stretch for your quads or for your neck, whichever one you feel is more beneficial for you. So we're going to start by sinking the weight into the left foot. And if you're working with the quad, actually, either way, we're going to take the right foot into the right hand. You can actually combine them and work both. So that's an option. Pulling the heel toward the buttock. You're going to press the knee back and then kick the foot into the hand and resist. If you want to work the neck, the left hand comes up and over, taking the right side of the head, dropping the left ear down, and then this is where you lose the quad stretch. If you want to deepen the neck stretch, you start to kick the foot down away from the buttock toward the floor. Okay. Then we're going to release that right foot and place it behind us. Take a breath in, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold over your left leg. If you happen to be able to have your hands come to the ground, take weight out of your hands. Drop the right hip, pull the left hip back. And then finally shift weight from your front foot to your back foot. Breathe deep and slow. Hopefully you already were. Beautiful. Bend the left knee, step the right foot back up, and roll yourself up. Reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, hands together at the heart. So keep the breath flowing in the same rhythm. Bring weight into your right foot. And we're all going to reach back and take the left foot in the left hand. If you want to stretch the quad, pull the heel to the buttock, press the knee back toward the wall behind you, and then kick the foot into the hand, but resist. If you want to add the neck stretch, the right hand comes up over, you change your drishti, your gaze point, to counterbalance the bend. And then you kick down with the left foot. Nice deep breathing. David, try to bring your knee closer to the other knee. Try to get your left knee to point down more instead of sideways. Okay, we'll release and step that left foot behind us. Square the hips to the front. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold over your right leg. And again, if the hands do happen to come to the floor, they don't have to. Better if they don't, but if they do, take the weight out of your hands so you can sink. Pull the right hip back, draw the left hip forward, and then shift weight from the right foot to the left. Breathe deep and slow. And step that left foot alongside the right foot. One more time, rolling up, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Send the arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips, flat back, hovering above the ground. Pull the hips back, reach the fingers forward. And bring the hands all the way down. Folding over the legs. Drawing the breath all the way up. Releasing it all the way out. And then bend your knees all the way to bring your buttocks onto the ground. And roll back onto your back with your knees bent. Lift your hips, tuck your tailbone, lower back down. You have an eye pillow, place it on your eyes. Release your legs, shake them out. Rest the arms out away from the body. And take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, sinking the body into the ground. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Releasing the jaw, parting the lips, relaxing the mouth. And then one more deep breath in. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the activity of the mind, turning your attention to your breath. And then releasing the breath, allowing the breath to happen on its own as the mind continues to just follow and feel movement, the sensation of breath, deeply relaxed, letting go, letting go, letting go. Breathe into your arm. Fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead, take a deep breath, stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest, rocking gently side to side, feeling the ground massaging your back. Come center, rub the soles of the feet together and the palms of the hands together. Come onto your side, resting your head on your bottom arm, body on the ground. Feeling the benefits of all the good work that you've done. Feeling the energy. Oh my goodness. And then slowly lifting yourself up. Sorry for laughing, you guys. David has maybe stepped grandkids in the frame. All right. Sitting on your sit bones, lifting tall through your head. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Inhale, lift the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste.